Hi, it's January 16th, and I've just returned home from an amazing adventure in Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. January 16th, it's a date that I've looked at on the calendar for months, knowing that that would mark the end of this adventure that I've been planning for well over a year. So I left beautiful, sunny Auckland, Ray and I, my fiance, at 3 p.m. on the 16th, and we returned home on the 16th to snowy Salt Lake City. I just want to share a few perspectives with you and maybe a little bit of the highlights of the trip while they're so fresh on my mind. First of all, because we were going to be gone over Christmas and New Year's, I wanted to make sure that these were really specially planned days. And before I left, I decided that I would do a video for the kids of Christmas through the years. So I spent the 2.5 days before I left on the 19th of December combing through literally thousands and thousands of Christmas pictures over 30 years, and I put together this beautiful 20-minute video of their lives. It reminded me as I was putting this together just how quickly time passes. I would look into their expectant faces on Christmas Day and see my 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old children and feel like that has just happened a moment ago. And I knew now that the kids are 29, 28, 26, and 19. And I knew this special, precious time that I'd been planning for so long would also just wisp by in the blink of an eye. I came into this vacation with the strongest intention to be fully present for every moment, to really look deeply into their eyes and to fully take in the sights and the sounds and the tastes and the smells and everything that I could in these beautiful places that we're visiting. And I have to say, pat on my back, mission accomplished, because I did not access the internet for 1 full month. I have never gone that long with truly just being completely out of touch with my world back home. But really, in so many ways, my world was with me, with my children and their significant others and my awesome man, Ray. I'm just feeling so grateful today, grateful for a lot of things, grateful for for a business that affords an opportunity for me to be able to be away and have all the financial obligations taken care of well, and in fact probably a check that grew while I was gone. I'm grateful for the family and friends that were with me and for the new friends we met along the way, for the many adventures. I'm grateful for an amazing assistant who holds my world together. Grateful for strong team members and friends that keep everything rolling and enable me to be able to exit without really anything missing a beat. So, what were some of the amazing highlights from this trip? Well, the trip was 4 weeks for me. I had a week with the children before Ray arrived. We left on the 19th of December. We went first to Australia. We had a couple of days in Sydney. We had 4 days in Cairns, where we spent Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We had a couple of days in Brisbane. We then met up with Ray, and we all went on to Fiji for a week. Then we went on to New Zealand. The kids had several days in New Zealand. Then they went home, and I had another week with Ray in New Zealand, which is absolutely a beautiful place that has captured our hearts. So, highlights in Australia. Well, it was wonderful to be in Sydney and just even visit the traditional, the bridge and the opera house with the kids and to be able to experience that with them. I visited the botanical gardens for the first time. Cairns was absolutely amazing. Of course, it was beautiful. We loved the place we stayed. We stayed at the Cairns. That's Cairns, but pronounced Cairns, Harbor Lights, and we had a beautiful 3-bedroom apartment, just a huge deck right on the harbor. We went diving on Christmas Eve day. We had all of our regular traditions. One very sweet surprise is that every Christmas Eve, we read traditionally 4 books. One of them is the Three Trees. We read the Polar Express, and we read The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, a couple of others. But I surprised the kids by bringing these books along. So we had that same tradition of being able to read our books along with the significant others. Um, Reading along with us. And then since everything was pretty much closed down after we watched the video that I'd made for them, we went for a drive. We went up north past Port Douglas. We stopped at a beach, wandered out low tide. We saw rays, stingrays in the water that would stay very still until we got near them, and then they would scamper away for a little ways, and then they would settle back into the surf, and then we'd walk near them. I mean, there were just dozens of these rays, and it was a deserted beach. We were the only ones around. We went on a little further to a place called Mossman Gorge, and I'd been told by my dear friend Lisa Aliprandi that these waters are very healing. So this is not ocean warm water. This is now stream water. It was very cold, but we had a delightful time just soaking and playing and jumping off rocks. Just really kind of had the place to ourselves again at Mossman Gorge. Um, those were awesome days in Kansas.